Alright. Gonna make some big critters. But I load my fucking Discord. Yeah, man. The amount of empty space in this box is actually a little terrible. Like, to there. Half of it is empty. Ow. Oh my god, is it, like, did you get glued inside the... Oh my god, do I have to, like, fully open this box? Why do I have to open the box like this? I should be able to just open it and go, why do I have to fully, like, decombobulate this box? Why is it like... Oh my god, that makes it look even worse. Like, all this cardboard box. That's it. That's the kit. That's it, that's the kit! Oh my god. Alright, give it to me. Give it to me. This is six colorful bead pets. I'm gonna make all 6, for the record. Oh goody, everything's individually wrapped. I love plastic! I love macroplastic! Whee! Sarcasm, deadass included. Alright, let's see, what do we have for lovely instructions on this one? Well, they're a little more detailed than the last one I did. The last kit I did, this was the instructions, because this was the kit I did last time. Do I need a kit? No. I've done these, I make these just freehand all the time. Hello, hello! Making bee critters! I love how long the pizza looks. Prepare your cord. What kind of cord did you get? 17 bead colors. Let's see if it says anything else. 2 skeins of cord, 4 yards each. Is there enough cord to make everything in this kit? Hold on. I need to do math. Where's my calculator? I know I have a calculator on my computer. I was like, where's my phone? I'll use my phone's calculator. I am on my PC. There is a calculator on the PC. Alright, so number lock. 4... Oh, no, don't do that! I forgot my key is key bound to my shrimp! No, I'm switching my shrimp on accident! That wasn't what I meant to do. Alright, so there's 8 yards total. So I have 24 feet of cord. Alright, let's see how many each needs. So the fox needs 4.5 plus 3 for the popsicle, 4 for the lizard, 4 for the cupcake, 4 for the unicorn, and 3 for the pizza. 22.5, so if this is math correctly, there should be like 1.5 feet of cord left over. Alright, here's the question. What do we want to make first? What do we want first? And it does tell you which of these to use for the different critters. It's like, oh, use this color cord for this critter. Do we want to make a unicorn? I am making all of them for the record, but what should I do first? I know these metallics go to the lizard. And also just kind of look at the box. I think you should do the cupcake last because it has the most colors that go into other things. Maybe do the popsicle first, since the popsicle... I think what's funny, so funny enough about the photos on this box, they're not even specifically this kit. And the hilarity is, I have a kit that some of these photos were also taken from. Because there's another kit that's similar that I bought. This one, Color Zone 1, this one's from, I believe I bought this one at Hobby Lobby, and I bought this one, I think at Walmart. Or I bought this one at... No, not Hobby Lobby, Michaels. I bought this at Michaels. I didn't buy it at Hobby Lobby. I think this one was Walmart. Either this one was Michaels and this one was Walmart, but I'm pretty sure this one is the one I bought from Michaels. I don't know. The boxes are near identical from the two kits. That one had a different box. I just don't have the box anymore, so I'm just like, okay. But I think I'll do popsicle, then I'll do pizza. Yeah, I'll do popsicle, pizza, fox, lizard, unicorn, and then cupcake. I think that's the order I'll go in. Do the popsicle first because it's got that, and then I'll do the pizza next because it should use up that, and then I should move on to the fox. Alright, so the popsicle needs 3 feet of white. And they don't say you need it, but I'm gonna burn the ends of my cord because I know how this cord works. Tape. Yeah, it's already fraying. Most plastic cords, like, the best thing is you could stop fraying on a lot of plastic cords just by simply melting the tips of it. And that's how I stop it from fraying. And making my life easier. Alright, so that's done. Where's my measuring tape? There it is. So I need 3 feet. 36. Come on. Except I bet you that I will end up not needing the full 36 for this. But thankfully, if I mathed it correctly, it should have enough cord for everything. So, there's that. Alright. And do you start... What the fuck is that? What kind of shitty knot is that? Look at this. Like, it's got some weird little knot thing, but then it has a knot at the bottom too. What the fuck? What the fuck? Also, I'm using Sleepy Shrimp tonight because I drew him and I want to use Sleepy Shrimp and I hadn't had a chance to use Sleepy Shrimp yet, so tonight is Sleepy Shrimp. Not that I am tired, but I'm always tired, but I'm not particularly tired. Repairing your cord. Tie a keyring. What keyring do you want? Where would I throw the keyrings? Oh, there. Alright, that's funny. So, what's this diagram? This is why I like oh my god, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh god! Oh god, I thought they looked like shitty rings to start with. Oh my god. It's not even a key ring. This isn't even a key ring. It's just a plastic hoop with a center bit. That's not gonna secure at all. This would fall right off of that. try. And I think I figured out what the weird knot on this one is. I'm looking at the box. And you can see a knot here, but there's no ring on the popsicle one. But also, you can tell that the... These have normal split rings. These two have normal split rings, and I can understand that one. Like, this is fine. But I am complaining already. I swear to God, I spend money on these kits just to complain about them. But I'm not complaining out of malice, though. It's more confusion, because I like bead critters, and I want people to enjoy making them. But with the kits, they're absolute garbage! So, what I'm bitching about right now, I'm starting on the popsicle, and I was going to look at the key rings, and this is one of the key rings that comes with it. And it's not even a key ring, it's literally just a plastic loop with a cut in it. So if you try to put one of these tiny little cords on here, it's gonna fall off. Like, I'm not putting really any force behind that. And this is a kid's kit! This is a kid's kit! Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. But what I was laughing about before that one is all of the instructions show the bigger lanyard clip. And not these ones, but you only get 3 of these clips and 3 of these ones for all 6 critters. No, they're not! These are shit. I'm gonna use my own, normally when I make these kits, I try to just stick to their supplies, but I'm gonna grab my own because I don't trust this. I don't trust this in any capacity to hold. I have lanyard clips in my own bead kits. I'm gonna grab from my box that has lanyard clips in it. But that makes me laugh. So, once I grab my lanyard clips, I will tell you a story about how I acquired this kit specifically off of a shelf, because it's funny. Alright, where the fuck is my box of beads? Larry, you bitch! I know you're over here. There you are! Alright. Of course, I have to dig through all of the beads that I have to find my lanyard clips, so that's the fun part. Oh, there's a candle in here. That's kind of funny, actually. I didn't realize I had thrown one in here. What the fuck is that? I'll keep that in mind. Oh, there's a tiny crocheted chicken hat in here. Oh, music's a little loud. Give me a second. Little better? I'm using different headphones than I normally use, so it's hard for me to manage them. Look, I found a tiny chicken hat that I crocheted. Little chicken hat. That's a candle. Alright. That's a manta ray. There's some key rings. I think I also have actual, lanyard things, too. Oh my god, worms, move. Yeah, there. It's I know I have to have normal lanyard things, too. Because I use them. I also have, phone straps that I could use. I have options. That's what I have. I have a pixel. Oh my god, I have a pixel. I also just found $5 in dimes. This is at the bottom of my bead bin. There's just a roll of dimes in the bottom of my bead bin. What the fuck? Oh my god, there's a roll of pennies too. There's a roll of pennies in my bead bin too. Why were they in there? Why were they in the bead bin? That's weird. That's funny. There it is. I knew I had a box that had colorful ones. I wanted my colorful ones. Alright. Anyway. That diversion aside. Yeah, I don't know. Past me was... sometimes I organize very weirdly. That's all I can say to that. Alright, so... I need 3... Let's see. The fox, the pizza, the... Those should work. Alright. Yeah, I'll go with those. I'll go with those key rings. I'll go with those key rings instead. Also, a bit of a secret thing. I have been playing with GarageBand. So there are a few instances of the 2 songs that I was playing with last night hidden in my stream playlist tonight. I say hidden, but they're so out of place compared to the other music I'm playing, so it's gonna be, I think it'll be obvious when they play. But I like them, and I think they turned out fun, so yeah. Anyway, I'm making the ice cream cone. Back to what I was doing before I got distracted on a tangent. So I think... the pizza will get that one. I'll use the green on the lizard. And I'll go ahead and use this ring for the popsicle. And then the other 3 will get the kits ones. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with these things though, because they're absolutely useless. Like, literally I can chain them together just by snapping them. Like, that one didn't even make a click noise. There's such a gap in it. Like, look at that. That's so useless. Like, this is a kit meant for kids to make keychains to put on their bags and stuff like this. And if I tried to put that on my bag as a kid, I would have just pulled it straight off. Like, if this caught on anything, that's coming off. And if not the keyring itself coming off the backpack, you would pull the critter itself off. Because God knows I've had enough of these clips on my bags and keychains in the past, and these snapped off all the time. That's why I prefer split rings or like actual like lobster class. These things are sturdy. They stay on. These are good too for keychains, but I don't know. That's kind of annoying to me, the fact that they included those really useless rings. Like, I know it's a cheap kit, but anyway, story time for how I fucking was a little hobgoblin with this kit. So I got this kit from Micheals, if I remember correctly, and I could only find one of them up on a shelf. So I want you to think it high on the shelf. You know, the shelves where they're like, ask for assistance. Well, I have social anxiety, and I hate asking people for help. So I climbed the shelf. I had my sister stand behind me, and I just jumped. I was like, I want it. And then about 5 minutes later, walking down another aisle, we actually found one on a normal shelf that I didn't have to jump like a hobgoblin to. Anyway. I'm a disaster. Alright, let's see. So, let's get into these. I think it's so funny, like, the lizard and the popsicle both had to be extra. So, like, the lizard has these metallic beads come in, and then the popsicle one was just like, here, have translucent beads. And I'm like, okay. Alright. Oh. Come here. Come here. Give them to me. Mostly, I'm just doing this so I can... I originally planned to, like, make a video for YouTube that was kind of doing reviews / comparing of different bead critter kits. So, like, example, this one. There was this one from Hobby Lobby that I did this on stream before, and then I also have this kit. For the record, these are not sitting on my desk just for the sake of a bit. I just keep these on my desk. I did film making the lizard from this kit, and then I've never done anything with the video because I rambled in it and I didn't like it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to make the video. I'm just going to make these things on stream because it's funny. Alright, So it wants the transparent pink. I have had so many ideas to do for... Oh. Excuse you. Capture card. Excuse you. Why did you just do that? Hey. Alright. Bitch. Yeah, my iPad decided that I was... Oh, this is when I sliced my finger open. I just found my workman's comp sheet from when I sliced my finger with a knife because I was cutting open packages of fish. I got a new capture card, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. That's funny, because last time I was streaming with my iPad camera, it didn't do that. So, the thing I hate about these kits specifically, is the fact that the cord is so thin compared to how big the beads are. So everything freaking moves everywhere, and I'm like, ugh. I don't want it to slide everywhere. I could re-record the audio, that's true. Do a voiceover and just be like, hey, pass buttons a complete and utter, like, tool. I have a lot of videos that I have just, like, I filmed and then I didn't use them. There's a... Yeah, it is. I have there's a crochet video that I filmed, and I have never actually posted it. I have it, it's edited, I have it, like, sped up and everything with its music, like, it is literally done. I just had to put my credits on it. But I can't bring myself to post it because of when it was shot and what happened soon after. It was the last video I filmed before Waddles passed away. So I have not been able to bring myself to fully finish that video because of it. I could show you what was in the video, though. I feel like you would appreciate this. It's a crocheted chicken bag. Like, it's just a crocheted chicken bag. Like, it's like, I plan to refilm I'm gonna make a new one. I plan to remake it. It's just, specifically the reason I can't get myself to finish, like, post that video specifically is because Waddles is in the video. And so every time I look at it, I start crying. Because there's a segment in that video, too, where I stop to give her a churro treat. Do it! Do it! Make the chicken bag! See, it was fate. This is your sign, Go-Go, to go make that chicken bag. This one was, I had the idea for this one, because I had seen something on Amazon, and I was like, I could buy it, or I could make one. I opted to make it. Yeah, that's why I can't get myself to finish it, it's just, I get sad every time. God, I wasn't even watching my own video the other night, I was watching a knitting video. You know what's so funny? My mic is to this side, but I keep looking over here because my monitor is here. I have my monitor diagonally over pushed to the side here, and then my mic is over here. I keep talking to the monitor. My microphone is over here. So if I sound a little weird, I'm talking to the wrong thing. But it's because I'm reading while I'm talking. It would have been smarter to put my microphone where I'm reading. Because I like to read from this side. That's why my monitor's over here. It's also the only place on my desk I can put the mount for my monitor. Okay. Why are there two separate types of bags? So, I needed to get the tan ones to do the stick for the popsicle. The translucent beads as well as the cord, and it looks like the purple... Nope, the purple ones are in that. The translucent beads and the cord came in these ones, which have a little sticky. like, it has a little sticky bit to close it. So they're resealable. All the other beads are in straight up just like pillow pouches. Why are there two separate types? It's a conspiracy theory. Alright, how many do I need for this? I need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, I got a new background mat. Not that, because I like my other mats, obviously, I love them. However, whenever I was, like, I have my monitor mount and stuff like that, it was, pushing my mat up, so I got a slightly smaller mat so that I can have my mount down while I'm doing it. I'm still gonna use my other mats for, like, filming videos for YouTube and stuff like that, though. Because I use a different table when I film those sometimes. Come on, stay in place. But the downside of a new desk mat is it smells so bad. That fresh mat smell. This is my big issue with a lot of these kits. I knew this would happen too. The amount of cord that they estimate you need for a project is way too much. And this isn't even like the kind of cord that I use on my normal critters, which I can reuse. Like, when I make my normal bead critters, the type of cord I use, I can actually fuse the ends of my cutoffs together and reuse it. And I do. I use it to make more lizards and stuff like that. But, like, a big issue with a lot of these bead kits that I have experienced is they just are bad. Yeah! I didn't even realize it's in French on that side. I wasn't even paying attention to that. How you doing tonight? But, like, look how much extra you get left over from it. Because it wants you to use a 3-foot cord for this. And you get this much cord left over. Like, this is enough. You could have probably made a second one. Nice. I gotta do laundry. I'm just putting it off because I don't want to drive to the laundromat. Our dryer's broken, so I have to... I can wash my clothes at home. I just cannot dry my clothes at home. Alright. 1 of 6 has been completed. We have our popsicle. Also, it's so nice using the iPad camera instead. Because it's so much clearer than the potato cam. Alright, and I said I'm doing pizza next. It's a pizza party. Hello, hit Zumbinis. Hip hip Zumbinis! Next gaming stream, we're gonna do learning, we're gonna do math. I'm gonna play Zumbinis. JK, I'm not playing Zumbinis on stream. Yet. I do own it on PC, though. I have it on Steam. I could play Zumbinis on stream. I have never 100%ed a game of Zumbinis. Because if you make even a little mistake... So, here's the thing with Zumbinis. If you want 100% Zumbinis, you can't make any mistakes. The moment you make a mistake in Zumbinis, you don't have enough Zumbinis to finish it. So if you want to 100% a game of Zumbinis... Alright. Pizza needs 3 feet. If if you want 100% Zumbinis, you have to play it perfectly from start to finish. Because Zumbinis, you go in, I believe, groups of 16. It's 12 or 16. I'd have to double check. The problem is because I can't quite confirm if it's double the amount. And once you start doubling it up, it just gets annoying. If I really wanted to, I could stop being a bitch and I could just grab my own cord. But I'm going to try to use their supplies because I want to get their supplies out of my house. Because, like, the cord that I use personally, I use this stuff. I have different colors, but it's called Bonnie Craft cord. And it's actually a macrame cord. And I actually found it by accident. So I use this is 2mm. I use 4mm macrame cord to make my button banners that I put all my pin backs on. But I accidentally ordered 2mm once, so I had a bunch of this 2mm stuff, and then I realized it's perfect for beads. And so I use it for beads. Cause, like, I swear I don't keep stuff near my desk for the sake of pulling it out during stream. I just keep this stuff around my desk just as a normal thing. But, like, you can see how nice and stiff this owl is compared to, like, our floppy little popsicle stick. And this was done with that black macrame cord. But, alright. The pizza has been measured. I love how long the pizza is on this. It's just something funny about it to me. Oh, I need to melt that. Oh, speaking of pizza, by the way, my lighter. In pizza, we crust. It's always so funny. I have so many lighters and I don't even smoke or anything like that. Alright. Because it's like there's extra cord, but there's not that much extra cord. I was doing the math at the start of stream. So the amount of cord they give you in the kit is 8 yards. So it's about 24 feet. And in total, when I added up all the cord measurements from the projects, the cord projects do need 22.5 feet of cord. So there's like a 1.5 foot difference to what they actually give you. However, the problem is I don't know how much extra cord will get left over at the end of each project. I just know there's typically going to be some left over, and that's where the frustrating bit comes from. Let's see. That's funny. So I think I have to bring it up. If you'll look, you'll see that the popsicle and the cupcake and the lizard, the fox, the unicorn, they all have lettering for their beads, but the pizza doesn't. The pizza has no color key. I love how poorly put together kits can be. At least, thankfully, in the case of the pizza, like, the box has colored images, so I can kind of infer what's supposed to go where. I've also eaten my fair share of pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kits are a mess. They are. That's why I like doing them, because it's an absolute disaster every time I do. That's why I like doing them, because they're a disaster. Oh, you're gonna do that. We're gonna play that game. This happened with my last kit, too. So, the pizza needs 7 brown pieces. There is 1 brown piece left, and I am looking at all my other ones. There is not a single other one that requires another brown piece, which means I'm going to have this random brown bead. And this happened with my last kit, too. These were all leftover beads and string from the last kit that I made. And what was funny about this kit is they actually were missing one bead of one color, but they had extras of other colors. I love how much of a disaster kits are. Anyway. They are always a mess, and that's the exact reason I like doing them, though, is because I like to be like, if I had the time and energy to do it, I would love to just make little bead kits myself and be like, no, here, take the better supplies. I beg you. Be free. Be free from your Horizon Group bead kits. But what's so funny to me is a lot of bead kits, they're like the same kit, just repackaged. There's a couple on Amazon I've been looking at that I want to get just because they look different than every other bead kit I've ever seen. And I think it's funny. But also, I really don't feel like spending $20+ on a bead kit. No thanks. More so when I have the technology and skills to make my own stuff. Like, funny enough, actually, the lizard, so when I did the filming for the original bag that I was gonna, like, the original bag clips that I was going to do, I did take my own beads and I made my own version of the kit lizard, and I keep that lizard on my backpack. You need 4. Where the fuck did the other red ones go then? Oh, we're gonna play a weird game. Because I'm looking at the other kits currently. Okay, it looks like there is enough for the strawberry. The strawberry has a cherry on top. Okay. Alright, alright. I'll let you live. I'll let you live for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. A pepperino. And a ches. God, I want pizza now. It is 8 o'clock. The pizza places are still open. Domino's does deliver. Do I want to order Domino's? No, I don't want to order Domino's because my stomach would not like that. I always love generic pizza slices. I have a couple of keychains that are just generic pizza slices. Honestly, I think kits are a mess and they're so fun to put together sometimes because it just makes me feel better about my own skills. I don't know if that says anything about how down on myself I can get. I don't know. There's something fun to doing a kit and just being like, oh, no, you should probably do this if you want to make your life not a living hell. Wow, I am looking at I'm looking at my monitor and the saturation is like so high. I should fix that. It's not this. It is bright in real life, but it's not nearly as fluorescent. I mean, I'll take it over being yellow tinted like my other streams typically are. I'm actually, it's kind of surprising that there aren't as many of these like bead critter type kits as there used to be. I remember I used to see them a lot when I was a kid, which is kind of how I got into them. I also went to Girl Scout camp, and that was also how I learned about bead kits. It's also how I know how to make friendship bracelets. I should just make an avatar that's just the shrimp covered in string or something, just tangled up and screaming. Because me, for real, for real. Tighten, please. I might stream working on my newer models sometime soon. I was gonna stream more this week, but I've just been tired, and I can't stream my current art commissions because they're, both commissions I currently have are saucy, and I'm not streaming saucy art. At least this kit's nice evenly split between, like, food stuff and then animals. Kinda. Because you have pizza, a popsicle, a cupcake, and then you have a lizard, a fox, and a unicorn. There we go. A pizza. Oh, this one's one of mine. Like I said, I put the 2 songs I made into the playlist tonight. This is one of my songs. I think my other one is after it. I'm not 100% sure if it is or not. I have them a couple times. No, it goes back to the video game music and then my songs at the end again. But this is one of my songs. I'm trying to figure out how to make lo-fi sounding stuff, because I want to make like a nice looping track to play on my own streams. But I'm having the worst time trying to figure out how the fuck to make make a good lo-fi track. So I haven't yet. Alright, Fox is next. I'm doing the cupcake last. Black, orange, white. Because I'll do fox, unicorn, lizard, cupcake. Gotten 2 down. We have 2 out of 6 done. Probably won't be a terribly long stream tonight because these bead kits don't take me long at all to make. Hey! Wake up! Alright, that is something I'm going to have to figure out, because I did not have this issue when I was drawing last time. When I was drawing and I was using my camera like this, it didn't do that, so I'm going to have to figure that one out. I needed to measure the cord. What color cord do you want? You want black. And I need 4.5 feet. I don't know if it's maybe the new capture card, maybe. But I also do remember when I was streaming drawing, I was zooming in and out a lot, and I wonder if maybe that kept it active enough. No, I don't have energy saver turned on. Hold on, let me check when my sleep. Oh, I should just turn it off so it doesn't sleep. Hold on. I turned that off myself so I can get into settings. Display and brightness. Auto lock, there it is. There it is! Alright. I had auto lock turned on. Come on. There we go. I had auto lock turned on, so every 15 minutes it was turning itself on. So I think what happened is when I was streaming drawing, I was messing with it more often. So when I swap to doing this, I'm not touching it to zoom in and out as much because I'm leaving it in one stable position. So it should be good now. I hadn't thought about that as an option, so. 54. Does anything else need? The lizard will also need black. Right. So, potentially, this should be it for cutting the black cord, I think. Yeah. So it's funny too. These kits don't tell you to burn the ends of the cords. I just do that because of habit, and it makes them not fray. Alright, and for the fox, I'm gonna use one of their key hooks for this one. So the fox gets the fox gets one of these fancy pink ones. The fox, the cupcake, and the unicorn get to use these ones. And then I am going to use my key ring for the lizard, because I think it'll look better. But hopefully that should keep it from timing itself out. Here's hoping! Fingers crossed. Alright, so I need one black to start off. And the better thing, so this is me tangenting back to something I said like 20 minutes ago. The new mat is like the perfect width, so I can have my frame, and it's a lot easier to tell what's in frame on this mat because it has such a strong gradient, so I can easily tell where the edge of my mat is, where the edges are, and I can match it up better with the camera. Because that's one issue I always have, is staying in the fucking frame. I really want to know where that one tan one is supposed to go. Because there is no other one that uses this color in any of them. I'm looking at them. So I almost wonder if they messed up and they wanted you to have 5 on the end of this instead of 4, but 5 would look a little stupid. Like, that'd be so long. That's funny. I might need to do a version of Sleepy Shrimp where his eyes are actually openable. Because I like being Big Eepy, but could benefit me to actually see what I'm doing. Okay, the fox one's gonna be interesting because I just realized this after I've already like tied my knot and stuff like that. The way you do part of it is a little awkward. And so one end of this cord is going to get a lot shorter than the other end. So potentially this is the one case the extra cord is good. But we'll see when we get there how that goes. And I'm surprised there is not a, doesn't really explain how you're supposed to do that either. I know how to do it, and I didn't question this from the get-go. I didn't think about this. Because personally, myself, I know how to do that, and it's not something complicated, so I didn't even think about it. But I am looking at how they're talking about doing it, and yeah, that's weird, what they want you to do. So, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this with words, what they want done. With the fox specifically. So if I pull the instructions up, I have to think of where the camera is. You can see how it has the dual cords coming down, and then one cord goes through all of these orange beads and then loops all the way through the ear and then back. Hi, Koo, I love you!
Let me clicky. Clicky, clicky. Let me in. Give me my own emotes, damn it. I don't have my heart emote on Twitch. Whoops. Oh, that's funny. I'll have to fix that. I have a heart emote for my Babbitt, and I don't have her as an option for my Twitch emotes. I'll have to fix that later. That's kind of funny. Anyway, this kit's weird. This kit bad. Well, it's not bad. It's actually decent. It's just weird. So essentially what they want you to do, and I'll show this, like, obviously, I'll show how to do it. So, 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 orange beads on here, and it wants you to take this cord and pass it back through here. Which is normal. That's pretty standard fare. However, what is not necessarily standard fare is what they want you to keep doing with this cord. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's just 6. I can count. I can totally count. I passed math. I'm actually not bad at math. I just don't like it. So, you now have all of these ones on your cord. And now I have to put an orange, a white, and orange. Put 2 orange and a black. And now I have to go back through both of these ones, pass through both of these ones, and I have to tighten all of these ones up together, back down to this, and then go back through these last 3 orange ones. Which means 3 orange in the middle are kind of free-floating in a sense. And now I have to try to tighten all of this and keep it from, like, getting distorted. There is no indication of that unless you know how to read these ahead of time. Alright, I think I got that. Alright. Alright. Got that done. Alright, now I can do back to normal stuff. Alright. White. Orange. Black. 3 orange. 1, 2, 3. And black. Orange. And white. I think I bought this kit like maybe a year and a half ago. It's been sitting in my room for a while and I'm just like, nope, it needs to get done up and out of my room. Alright, and then the next one is white and 5 orange, and then another white. Get out of the baggie. Out of the baggie. 1, 2, 4, 5. Is there no orange in the cupcake? Oh, you did the thing! It did the thing! It did the thing. Ha! It did the thing. I wondered about it. They miscounted their beads. I had a thought. I wondered, because of this one tan bead. I was looking at it and I was like, I don't trust you. I know how this works. And I think I was right. Oh, maybe they counted it correctly. We're gonna find out if it counted correctly or not. Okay, it does look like maybe they did count correctly on that aspect. I would have laughed, though. There would have been laughter. From me, specifically. Get back in frame. Alright, I think they actually counted correctly on this one. I love how sloppy they draw the knots and stuff on them, too. Something about it is amusing for me. But there's our little fox friend. Now we're gonna make a unicorn. Oh, but that actually, before I threw the cord up there, shows exactly what I mean with, you can see how one cord ends up a lot longer left over than the other one. If you don't account for that ahead of time, it can really screw you if you're running on exacts for how you, pattern out your things. I've had that happen a couple times when I'm making merfolk, because when I make my merfolk ones, there's a bit of an oddity, and I've had it happen when I made rabbits. Rabbits have done it too. Alright, we're gonna make a unicorn. Time for a unicorn. I'm gonna put the completed babies up in that corner. The unicorn requires 4 feet of white thread. Alrighty. 4 feet of white thread. Oh, after this one, it's my song again. There we go. And that should, hopefully, leave us with... Yep. Look how much extra will be left over, because the cupcake requires the same amount as the unicorn. All of this whole section here, that's technically extra cord. And that makes me laugh. Because the cupcake and the unicorn both use 4 feet of white cord. So this is 4 feet, because I just measured it. So that's all extra cord. And then another plastic baggie for the trash pile. Alright.
At least the unicorn starts on a point, so there's not going to be any of that weird... All three of these ones, I just realized this, all three of them started with a weird top. Because, except for this one, these two both had that, and then this one had the weird ear thing. But when you start with a single bead, it's always just so much cleaner. Alright. This unicorn got no ears! This is a... Okay, the lizard also needs yellow. I was looking at it, I'm like, this is a lot of yellow. Why is there so much yellow? It's because the lizard's feet are yellow. 6. Alright. That's a weird way to do a horn. And then these will get thrown into the bag with all my other bead critters. I say as if I don't constantly find bead critters in areas I don't remember putting them. Like, earlier, I went to go grab something out of a drawer and I just found a bead critter and I was just like, why are you here? And the other day I was like doing something else and I opened a drawer and there's just another bead critter and it's like, why do I have bead critters everywhere? And then I remember I've made hundreds of them. I used to just give them away too, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go through my bead critters and bestow them upon my coworkers. Like the weirdo that I am. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the black bead. And then a white bead. So I get to break into the purple beads. I don't know, maybe I'll do the lizard last because reasons. Alright, so I need to put 4 white beads. And then 1 perp. I have a lot of feelings about bead critters, and it's like just a really weird thing. Fun, why do you have so much feelings about bead critters? I don't know. It's just like that. One, two, three, 4. What's funny is I'm looking at the colors of some of these and they don't even match really the ones that are on the box themselves. Alright. Where's my song? I will figure out GarageBand, and I will make it my bitch. And I will make more of this nonsense. This unicorn's so weird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blue, pink, purple. My playlist forgot to loop. This is my other song. And me too. And the rest is from ahead in time. But I put my 2 songs on here sporadically. Are they good? I like listening to them. They're not perfect though, but I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to use GarageBand. Purple, blue, pink. This horse is so weird. Like, horses are weird, but this is weird. Might have to pattern my own unicorn just to see if I can't make it less weird. Pink. Purple, blue, purple. But someday I will make GarageBand my bitch, and I'm gonna make a really cute looping backing track. Just you wait. It'll happen. It'll happen someday. It also sucks getting into a manga and then it's being on hiatus and you like read up to the last volume and you're just sitting there waiting. It's like you want to know. You want to know the things. But no, you gotta wait. Yeah, I think I'll actually do the cupcake after this one instead of the lizard. One, two, three, four, five, six. You know what's funny? I'm looking at the box. So I have the box on the floor while I'm working. In their diagram, they show you tying the knots on both ends. However, if you look here, they have their knot tied completely underneath. I think that's funny.
Alright, I made a little unicorn. Right, now I gotta make a cupcake. I can just use the rest of the white cord because it's the only one that needs white cord left, and then the other one has black cord, so. Let's see, me sir cupcake, what do you want from me? Another baggie for the horde. I'm gonna make a little cherry on top. Oh, there's 2 reds left over. There's gonna be a red left over. Yeah, because I'm looking at this pattern. I only see... Oh, that is interesting. Oh, fascinating. Okay, so they did mess up on their own bead count. So, I was looking at this. We have an extra tan and an extra red. There's supposed to be 2 oranges in this. However, there's only 1 orange left. That's fascinating. That's interesting. Alright. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It's fine, because I can kind of finagle it. I can just move one of the reds to replace the orange. I thought there were too many reds, too. Because I was looking at it earlier when I did the cheese pizza one. I was just like, it's a lot of red left over. And then I was like, oh, there's a cherry on the cupcake, so that's fine. And then, no, there is, in fact, extra red. I was right. Don't distrust your gut instincts. Except I always mistrust my gut instincts because my gut instinct is anxious. Alright, let's see. So white, pink, white, orange, white, yellow, and white. And then a whole row of white. Get out of the baggie. To the horde. To the horde of plastic baggies that I have discarded from this. There's so many. So much waste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the funniest thing about looking at the diagrams and seeing they want you to tie the ends is just knowing how flimsy this cord is. Though there is a way you could tie it, it just doesn't look like they're diagrams. Alright. Then white. It's supposed to be orange, but we'll use a red. Yellow, white, blue, white, red. Did I just fling a bead? Did I just fling one?
I didn't hear it. Alright, I need to open the green. Open! Open! Trying to open them without sending them flying everywhere. Green. And then white. Alright, I need to see if I fling a white bead somewhere. I didn't think I did. I didn't hear one fall and I don't see one, so I'm going to go with the benefit of the doubt that I did not throw one. And hope that I'm right. And then how many do you want on the bottom row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jesus. Oh, there's an extra white bead as well, so even if I did fling one, I should be okay. Alright, cool. It's always interesting to see the quality control. But the fun part is, once I get these done, I have a little pattern guide and I can make these however the fuck I want with my own beads and my own string and my own cords and stuff like that. This cupcake is so poorly proportioned. How to put all 12 of these. And slowly the kit is reaching its conclusion point. We're almost done with the kit. Actually, it's taken longer than I anticipated to get through the whole kit, but I'm not complaining. It's fun. It keeps my brain scrungling for a bit. And then, when I'm done, I will feel satisfied enough to go work on other stuff. And by that I mean make a little nest with a shit ton of pillows and become a little hermit on my bed. Alright, now purple. Hey. I'm surprised I haven't had a little visitor today. But it might be because he slept in here last night. That little fur ball is so excited right now because I cleaned my room last night. And because I cleaned my room last night, it means that when I go to bed, I don't throw stuff in my desk chair because my room is clean. So, not only did he have all of my rug to enjoy to lay on, which he loves laying on my rug, he also had my desk chair. So he was moving between my floor and my desk chair all night, and I woke up, several points during the night, I would wake up to snoring, and I look over, and the cat's just... He snores like an old man, and it's like, cat! Why do you... Woo! Cook in here! It's like, why do you snore like a person, child? Like, my cat snores like a man. Hi! I love you, Coo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 and 5. Yeah. Let's talk about Joey. Joey hasn't come to visit this stream, but it's probably because he spent the whole night in here. You getting your nails did? Nice! Oh no!
something. I actually did eat today. Shocking, I know. I ate real food today before I streamed without having to be reminded to go eat. I have a whole chicken in the fridge! Eight little steaky strips and a breakfast sandwich. But I say a breakfast sandwich, but I ate it at like 4 in the afternoon. Any time is breakfast time. Just a really weird cupcake. Thank you! It's a kit! I bought it just for the sake of, yes. I bought the kit just for the sake of making it. I was originally going to do a YouTube video comparing kits compared to just DIYing it yourself and everything like that. And then I hated it, so I never did. So they've just been sitting in my room, taking up space. Like, I'll have to, like, when I'm done, I'll go through my VOD and I'll take a screenshot to show it. Because I don't think anyone was here when I opened the box to show how much empty space was in this box. Like, it was a nightmare. And then 6. Oh, there's 2 extra purple ones. Alright. It's interesting to see which beads get left over, because I didn't count them. Sleep, sleep eternal. No sleep. No cupcakes. Though cupcakes sound really fucking good. It's a weird bead cupcake, too. That's the thing, like... I don't know. Sometimes when I make these kits, I'm kind of like, did you, a living person, actually take the time to try making one of these to make sure it's actually going to function? Like, they work, sure, but there's a lot of fiddly bits to it. And I think this is a, I'd have to, let me grab the box to see what the age range on it is supposed to be. It's a chitlins kit, that's the thing. It's a child's kit. I'm just a weirdo adult who likes to make them. There is no... Huh. There's no age mark on this. There's no age rating on this. That's interesting because it's a choking hazard. Also, I like the side says, please retain packaging for future reference. Like, all of this stuff, by the way, all these beads, they were just in here and, like, they only took up, like, maybe this much space. Like, this much. Does this have an age rating on it? No. There's no age gap on. Oh, that's interesting. Normally these have, like, 3 and up or 8 and up kind of letters on them to, like, because it's a choking hazard. There's not even a choking hazard warning. There's no choking hazard warning on this. I didn't even notice that. Because it's not something I necessarily look for, because obviously I'm not going to choke on a bunch of beads. But this is a kit aimed at kids. But there's no age range on it. It's a choking hazard. It requires scissors. That's hilarious. That's funny. And I mean that funny is a sarcastic kind of funny. Like, that is poor. That is funny. Normally on bead things, there's a choking hazard warning. I think even, like, I have a pack of beads that has a choking hazard warning on it. And I think, where did I throw the label for it? There it is. Yeah, so like this one, which is another bead kit that I had, it says, warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. And it has the 5+ on it. This one doesn't have that. And I think even my normal beads have a warning on them. Yeah, so this is just a pack of beads I bought from Walmart. This isn't a kit or anything. This is just a pack of pastel beads. But it says ages 6 up. But the fact that this kit doesn't have an age range on it, I think is pretty funny in a bad way. Let's see. Yeah, 6+. Oh, that's even funnier. That's even funnier. Hold on. Are you also? No, you're not. Okay, so these are both, for context, both of these packs are beads I bought at Walmart. These are both packs of beads I bought at Walmart. Hello Hobby has it 6+, you know, and it's like all of that, and it's just like for more at Walmart. You're like, so this is clearly a Walmart brand. This is the neon pony beads. It's basically the same thing. However, I noticed something right here. Right here. It says, well, the camera is like glare. Horizon Group. And this one has the 6+ on it. And do you want to know why that's funny to me? The Horizon Group, and it has the age mark on it. This kit, it's made by the same people. It is the same people that made this kit as this pack of beads. The pack of just beads has the age warning on it, but the full ass kit does not have an age warning on it. They're also completely different beads. Like, if you compared these beads to the ones that are in this, they're a different barrel shape, and I think that's funny. Alright, that's actually funny. I don't know if I can... I find that hilarious, actually. Normally, I don't... I buy the ones from Walmart, but not often, because typically their bead size doesn't match up with all my other beads. A big issue when you're buying bead kits versus buying just sets of beads is if the barrel of the bead is not the same as other beads, it kind of makes weird bunching effects when you go to do something. So if I grabbed my bead bag, 20 pounds of beads. Alright. Let me just... find which one it is on here. There it is. So, here's a case of it doing it. You'll notice how it's trying to buckle itself, which the other tails don't do. You'll see they lay flat. The reason this one specifically tries to buckle is because these black beads are not the same size as the rest of the beads on here. And so it'll cause it to do this weird buckling because it's tight. But you can see, like, up on here where they're all the same size, it doesn't do that, but it does it up on this side. And you can feel it. Obviously the camera can't display it, but they're ever so slightly smaller. But you'll see, like, when you use the same size of other beads, they lay flat. These ones are actually the, these are the ones from that pastel pack that I just showed. It's this one. I think I have a, yeah, there's a neon one too. So you can see these are all the same size beads, and you'll see they're thinner than, like, say this one. If you look, they're ever so slightly different. I know it's not the most obvious thing. In person, it's a bit more clear. Alright, come here, my giant... These are just axolotls, for the record. This keyring of bead critters is just my axolotl. And here's my hands. Just... And this is... And I have a whole bag of critters. In. Get in the bag. Alright. But, with that out of the way. That makes me laugh thinking about that now. Alright, on to the last critter, which is the bead lizard. And hopefully it should finish up the green and yellow beads. And also this metallic pack. But these... So these four currently are abandoned beads who have no home. Alright, you'll go up there. I don't need my measuring tape because this is the last of the black, so I don't need to measure it out anymore. I did end up using my own key rings for part of this project today, just because I hated the ones that they came with. Because it came with these stupid little ring things that aren't even keychains, they're just chain links that can pop in and out. I don't like that. Because it's not sturdy. Alright. Green. Hey. Hey. Get on. Thank you. It's always so funny seeing what different bead kits make their lizards look like, though. So, like, in this case, this is their bead lizard. It starts with 2. And then if I look at the bead lizard from the kit I made last time, they start with 1. I typically start mine with 1. I think it looks better. The sounds of the potato. Alright. Got that prepped. We may now commence, as I hit my camera, we may now commence the surgery. For construction and construction. I think construction fits better. Reconstruction. We have the parts. We have the technology. We can build him. Also, for the record, these are all tiny bags that came from this kit. And look, I'm not saying, like, it makes sense, but also, like, they're not even reusable little baggies, so, like, if I bought more beads and I wanted to separate them or something, like, insane. I hate how cheap these metallic ones always look. I've never seen a metallic bead that doesn't look cheap. Alright, so 2 green. Don't you do that. And then it wants metallic blue, green, metallic blue. As it falls off the edge of the desk. Then it wants 2 green. Hey, come on. Easy. Easy. There we go. Hey, hey, get on there. And then it wants green, metallic green, green, and then a foot
on each side, and you're a 2-prong foot. Green, green. God, this cord is so bad. There's no, that's the problem I have with a lot of like these bead cords that you see. They're like slick, so the beads just slide around. And it's like with these kind of critters and stuff, you want a little bit of stability. More so if you actually hang them on a backpack. Because, like, yeah, they'll look fine while they're sitting down. I like that the auto detect is like picking up this section of beads. You're not a fat lizard. I wonder how many beads are going to be left over at the tail end. Tail end, because it'll end on a tail. I'm trying to remember what I paid for this kit. I want to say it was like a $10 kit, maybe? Do you guys want me to make an axolotl when I'm done? Finish the kit and make an actual critter. God, my room is so hot right now. I don't know why my room gets so stuffy in the winter. Or I could make a mermaid. What do you want to see as a creator? Oh, there's going to be so much yellow left over. There's 3 extra yellow. I thought there was a lot of yellow. Because earlier I was like, oh, that's a lot of yellow. And then I remembered, oh, there's feet. And then I'm looking at it again and I'm like, oh, that's still a lot of yellow. So those get added up into the bonus beads. Bonus round.
Wait, potato. Get back on your side.
You'll get to shine soon. Alright. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's actually 2 metallics that are going to be left over. And then 1, 2, 3. 6. Funny which colors got left over, and the fact that they were just like the last kit, it was 1 bead off for something.
Like, the fact that both kits I did, which aren't even made by the same company, both had the same issue is kind of hilarious in a bad way. Like, where's your quality control? Oh, right, the kits aren't actually meant to do it in entertainment. They're to get a quick buck out of people who aren't invested. Alright, there we go. Bead lizard done. Kit complete. Alright. We have all our critters. We have all our spare cord. These are all the cord scraps left over. And then these were the beads left without a home in any of the critters. I have been booped. It is my patat. My patat has blooped me. What is patat saying? Patat has sent me a pin. What pin have you sent me, Master Patat? I don't use Pinterest. I have potato curated Pinterest. Oh my god! It's a enamel pin set of Tamagotchi characters. I fucking love Tamagotchis. That's pretty fucking sweet. But anyway, yeah, look, I got all of the kit done. Woo! Look at all we got our final lizard. Little yeah, they just refer to it as a lizard. A little lizard boy, which I used my keyring for. We have a tasty translucent popsicle. We have a piece of pizza. We have a fox, a unicorn, and a cupcake. So, that is that kit completed. Dunskies. Oh, you know what I wonder if I could use these rings for? Is to hold together all of... Yeah, there we go. Look, they have a use in the end. Look, we just put all of the beans together. But see, this is a good example of what I mean of why a keychain can look good when it's flat, but when you actually have it hanging, it'll do weird things. Like, look at the fox. Like, it looked completely fine while it was flat, but the moment you put it on a keyring, which is where most of these would be, you'll see they start doing weird things. The lizard's fine. But like the pizza, the fox, and the cupcake, I think, are the worst ones. They look fine if you put them down and you just kind of, you give them a gentle arrangement to like fix up like how they lay. Like, they'll still look good if you lay them flat, but it's like these are intended as keychains. And like if the keychain looks bad while it's hanging, which is where its default state is going to be, that's where a big issue I have with some of these patterns in these kits, because the way they've patterned them out, like, yeah, I get it, but it looks a little weird. But yeah. Alright. And then, of course, you know, plastic bag palooza. I like, out of all of the bags, though, there were at least a couple of, ones that have a little sticky side, so I could be a little goblin and shove all of the string scraps back into it, because I have something with 4 paws, who will go feral over this kind of stuff, and I have to be so meticulous about string scraps because of this cat. But there's all the stuff that was left over essentially from the kit, plus these 3 yellow rings because I didn't use them. But yeah, all right. What did it now? Oh, my hands smell like my mat. Ew. I don't like that. My hands smell disgusting now. They smell like the mat because this mat is new, so it smells bad. That was really all I had planned for stream tonight, was to make those critters. I hadn't really thought of anything else. The only other project I have that I'd be willing to work on stream right now is I'm crocheting a blanket. And I can do my tedious task of weaving in ends while chatting. It is very tedious. Oh, there's my phone. I wondered where that went. Where did I throw them? Oh, there they are. It is hot, so I had to grab my fan. There are my ends. I'll show you all of the work in progress I have for these. I have to make 80 of these little fuckers. Wow, that is so pigmented. Into the bag of bead critters! Unless you guys want to see the bead critters. Do you guys want me to zoom out of my camera a little bit so I can show you guys the bead critter bag? Or no, that's something that deserves its own day dedicated to it. Alright, time to weave in ends, because fuck me. It's better to weave them in now than trying to weave them in later. Alright, that one has already been woven. 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 That has 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 been woven. My dumb ass was gonna be like, here, let me hold my iPad so I can show you the plans for this blanket. The iPad is what is the camera right now. I cannot use the camera itself to show what I'm planning. And I can't open my clip on my iPad right now because my saucy art commissions are currently open on my camera, on my iPad. And I am not doing that on stream again. I am not doing that incident again. I will never forgive I still think it's so funny, the timing of me accidentally opening saucy commissions on stream right before that whole like fiasco happened with the VTubers being naked and stuff like that. Like, I will never get over the timing of that happening. Like, you would think I did it intentionally, but no, I'm just an idiot. I have to weave all my ends in now because it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do it later. Because this blanket has 280 squares on it. Which is a lot of squares. And I know if I leave all of the ends to weave them in at the tail end instead of weaving them in as I go, I'm gonna be so upset and just not want to do it. So I'm trying to be smart about it, and I need to weave them in now while I'm working on it. Yeah, 2079F. You say that, so, I am so distressed by this, actually. So last night, actually, you make a joke about a square thief, but I have another project that's made out of these squares, and I was putting it together last night. The most distressing part about this, it ended up not fitting. It only goes to, like, right on my half boob. Like, it is major under boob. When I tried it on, like, right at the nip is where it crops. Which sucks. Because it's supposed to be a sweater, not a crop. And I don't do under boob. I don't like showing my stomach off for the most part. But when I was putting it all together last night, one of the squares was missing. Off of this project. That is, like, so not in frame. I think I can see that? Or am I as zoomed out as I can? Yeah, I could look like a fighting game character. Let me... Can I just... Don't look at the duct tape. Oh, you guys, you could see the potato cam! Say hi to the potato cam! This is... This is how the potato cam is rigged for streaming. It's duct taped to my ring light. I was gonna be like, don't look at the duct tape, and then I'm like, no, this is fucking hilarious. You guys can see what the fuck the potato cam actually is. This is how I have to keep it on. It's the potato cam! Currently, I'm not using the potato cam. I'm using a different camera, but the joke is there. But I made this. This is supposed to be a sweater, but I had to redo this square right here. Well, it's either this one or it's the repeat on the back, but I had spent... I think I worked on this from like 5 in the afternoon until almost midnight to do all the red, attaching everything. Also, hi, welcome to the chat, What Fana Whimsy. It was attaching everything, and thank you for following. I attached everything, and I was just like, is it gonna fit? No, it doesn't. And I'm upset by that, because each of these squares can take up to 15 minutes for me to do. There are 16 on here. Which is at least 4 hours for the square pieces alone, and then I spend about 5 or so hours attaching everything together, and it doesn't fit, which means I have to remake this from the ground up, and I'm so distressed by that. I started this project over a year ago, and I'm going to show you why I'm weaving in the ends now on this blanket. So this is just a 16 square project. It looks really nice on the outside, right? This is the hellscape on the inside. You could you could see how bad it is, and I can't be bothered to weave the ends in on this one. One, because I can't even finish this project, it doesn't fit. I might potentially finish it up for my niece, because my niece is young, so she could fit into it. But at the same time, I'm just like, no, I don't have the energy or will. I'm not sunk cost fallacying this. It doesn't fit. The only way to make it fit would be redoing the whole thing. So it's just like, nope, you're a learning experience and you get to go in the pile. So, that is why I'm weaving in the ends now. Because that's just 16 panels. This is 280. So, I'm not going to deal with that. Thankfully, some of the panels don't have a lot of weaving in. I would grab my board to show them. Oh, I can zoom this back down. You don't need to be so far up. You don't need to see that much of my messy desk. There we go. If I grab the board, I can show it. My blocking board sits up here, and it has a bunch of the squares for this project on it. Not all of the squares on this blocking board are for this specific project, but it does have it has some. So, some of the squares for this project are just solid green. Let me just tilted on its side to show that it's just a chunk of solid green. I think there's 16 squares on here. The other squares are for different projects. I just have them on here to neaten them up. These are for like bags and stuff like that. So those ones don't have a lot of weaving in because the tails on those ones I can actually just hide when I go to attach all of the squares. But with the flower ones, they have the multiple colors on them because you have the flower, which has the 2 colors on it, and then I'll have green around it as well, which means I need to get the ends dealt with now because I don't feel like weaving in all of those ends at the end. Because it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, just see if I can't get these woven in, and if anything, I might make a couple more squares. We'll find out. I've got a lot of squares to go. What's funny is some of the yarn for this project you can't even buy anymore. That's how old this project is. But I decided that 2024 is the year that I am going to finish my projects that have been sitting in limbo. And I'm working on finishing my projects that are sitting in limbo. So like that red sweater that I had been working on and was disappointed by, it was one of my many whips, and this is another one. And the funny thing is I'm not even using really any of the parts that I had done up previously for it. Most of these were done in the past like month or so. Because one of the issues some of them are still, like some of the solid green ones are, but some of these squares, the problem is I don't remember what hook I used for them. And that's a big problem when you're trying to make everything uniform. Because this project specifically is one of the first ever crochet projects that I wanted to do. And when I planned it, it was before I even finished a scarf. So I made a couple of these squares, but they're not great. And some of them, for whatever reason, Baby Babbitt decided that she wanted to double up the yarn on some of the squares. I don't know why it was done, but I have a couple of these squares that are just doubled up for some reason, and it's weird. I have like a full like tote of just granny squares. But another project that I'm going to try to finish this year is I have 2 other projects that I really want to get done. One of them is my red and silver version of Howl's coat from Howl's Moving Castle. The front panels are done, so I just need to do the back panel, and then I can do the collar and everything on it. And then I also have a mermaid tail blanket that I want to finish that I finally found more of the yarn for. That one was not delayed because of me. That one was delayed because I could not fucking find the color green I needed to finish that one. That was not just a me thing. That was, I physically cannot locate this color of yarn. And it is driving me bonkers. But I finally found it, so I bought enough of it to finish the blanket, and I just have to finish the blanket. Where is my water? Where did I put it? Where did I put that? I think I have like 18 or so of these right now. There it is! By the way, my water bottle has the shrimp on it. Here he is! Actually, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I have 21 so far. 21 out of 80. So I'm at least a fourth of the way there with the flower centers. course, I still have to do all of the green on them, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. I could have done a crochet as you go version. No, because that would have been way more annoying. This is fine. This is fine. I can do this. It'll work out. It's fine. It's fine. The good thing, though, is this blanket that when I run out of the yarn that I can't buy anymore, I can use a different yarn because it's supposed to kind of look like a field of flowers, if that makes any sense. So it's supposed to be sporadic and not quite uniform. So if there are different variations of color, that's fine because it is intentionally has that. Currently, there are at least 3 different types of green being used in the project, so. Alright. I can actually kind of show it. This is a screenshot I took last night, but you can see it's supposed to be sporadic and everything like that, so. If the colors don't match, that's fine. It adds to the organic nature of it. But I started this project like 6 years ago, so it needs to get fucking done. I'm done with it. It's like the blanket on my chair. I have a mermaid tail blanket that lives on my desk chair. And I am so glad that it's done, because it was like, I started it so long ago. I also finally finished, like, the first ever blanket I had started. I finally finished it last year, and I'm so happy about that. That one also was made with a discontinued yarn. That's a problem with a lot of my whips. A lot of the work in progress that I have sitting unfinished were all started back when I learned how to crochet. And that's where the problem arises. Because when I started learning crochet was before I learned I had ADHD. And so I kind of like would start 1,000 projects and then I never finished them. And then they just kind of sat there. And it's like some of them I think will have to eventually just be torn apart because like the yarn can't even be bought anymore. And I can't find duplicates for some of the yarn, which sucks. When you can't find a good dupe. It makes me think of the time there was a yarn store near my college that I liked going to, because it was around the time I had just learned how to crochet. I had like picked up crocheting and everything, so it's like, oh yay, yarn store in walking distance from my dorm. And I went home for the summer. And then I came back from the summer. And the yarn store had shut down completely, and I was so upset. Because it was a nice yarn store, and the ladies who ran it were really nice, so I was really sad, because I liked going there. Like, I went there, like, once every 2 or so weeks? And then, yeah, I think I went there, like, once every 2 or so weeks, depending. So it's like, I was friendly with the ladies there, and I used to buy, they had a quilting store attached to it as well. And I used to go to the quilting store as well because I cosplay, so I would go buy fabric from the quilt store. So I was so sad when they were gone. Yarn stores are like a dying breed, and it sucks. Boop. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. The yarn store is a dying breed. Okay, that just makes me think of another weird tangential anecdote, thinking of yarn stores and stuff like that. I used to have a yarn store in my town. Like, where I live. Not college, like my actual house and stuff. Like, where I went to school and stuff. And I remember I went to it once, and the owner were like, "Oh, have you been doing well?" and blah, blah, blah. Turned out that that yarn store was run by my 8th grade science teacher, who I didn't even fucking recognize when I went in, because it had been years since I'd been in college. Since I'd been in high school, middle school, because that would be middle school. I didn't even recognize her because it had been a while, and I am terrible with faces. And her shop went out because she was moving with her hubby. And then there's a yarn store a couple towns over. And I was like, oh, well, the yarn store in my town closed down. That's too bad. I won't see my teacher anymore, but that's whatever. So I went to this, I was like, oh, there's one over here. I was like, oh, cool, there's another yarn store. I'm gonna check out this yarn store. The owner of that one was my 8th grade English teacher. What are the fucking odds? 2 local yarn stores that I have gone to visit near my home happen to have been run by my 8th grade teachers. And it's like, it's not even just the fact that it's like, oh, they were run by teachers I used to have. It's specifically, both of them taught me in the 8th grade. Like, that is weird. Like, I get I live in a small area, like a small town area, but Jesus. Like, it makes me laugh so hard, like, oh, that happened. Like, why? And I always think about that every now and then, is the fact it's like, not once, but twice did I run into an 8th grade teacher running a yarn shop. And they recognized me before I recognized them. And then it was like, it's like, both cases too, I like, was like, yeah, and I was like, I was talking as if I did remember, and it wasn't until I got out to my car that I was like, oh shit, I know who that was. Or, like, my sister had to remind me, like, hey, that was XYZ, because my sister and I, obviously, we went to the same middle school and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, shit! Yeah! And I think that's funny. And my history teachers, my 8th grade history teacher's, ex-daughter-in-law runs a Thai restaurant in town. It's so fucking funny how small town antics work sometimes. Like, alright, that happened. Like, it's just like, it's one thing when it happens once. It's just the fact it happened twice that just to this day has me going, why? How did I pull that one off? My English teacher's yarn shop is still going strong. I just don't go to her yarn shop because it's awkward, and I don't use that type of yarn. She primarily focuses on natural fibers, so like wools and alpaca and stuff like that, which I'm not a big fan of working with. It just irritates my skin. I much prefer using acrylic, which I know it's acrylic, it's bad, it's plastic, but it's what I use. It's what I like using. Alright. Got all of those ends woven in, which is fantastic. And now I'm gonna turn these into flowers. Come here. And then we'll make some greens. Probably use this one first. Alright, time to turn these into flowers and then continue to weave in ends.
because my life is weaving in ends. I also need to make more yellow centers as well. I have to check my notes on how many I need to make. I think I need to make... 40? I don't know, I have to math. I think my music stopped. No, it didn't stop. There we go.
Oh, it's the boy! It's the boy! Hello, boy! Bobby! Hi! 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 Hello, child! Ugh. It's the boy! We have the fur ball! Oh, we got purrs, we got rumbles. Yes, my boy. My hefty boy. Hi. Oh, you're such a good boy. Hi. I was wondering if you were gonna show up tonight. He's my rumbly boy.
You see a shadow on the table.
You got a nose. Hi.
Sorry. I get excited when my cat shows up. I love him. Back to what I was doing now that... Bless you, Bubby. I have now cuddled my cat a little bit. He doesn't sit on my lap. I just pick him up to give him kisses and pet him. That's the benefit of having streams with my camera, is when the cat shows up, I can just inflict the cat upon ye. Jojo be upon thee.
Ain't that right, Jojo?
Oh, you got comfy so fast.
Who's a good boy? Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He's my Bobby.
He's my rumble bubble bob.
Don't chew on that. And he is why I have to keep the plastic little tail ends of yarn and stuff condensed. Because if he finds it, it goes in his mouth. Oh, you know what I should do with my PNG tuber? I should make a little toggle and make a version of my PNG tubers that have Joey on him. Just have the shrimp cuddling with the cat, so whenever the cat shows up, I just hit the toggle and bam, Jojo is now included.
Hi. Hi. You're getting the rubs. You're getting so much love. Oh, you're such a good boy. You a spoiled boy?
Are you spoiled, Bubby? Don't chew on that. I love you, but please. You are already full of macroplastics. Child. Sorry, I went off screen a little bit because of looking at the cat.
He likes to chew things.
Don't chew on it. You just want me to keep petting you. That's the problem here. I'm trying to work, and you want me to pet you. Come here. At least get on my lap if you're gonna want pets. It's easier to pet you up here than leaning over the table. Yeah, I see. You know, if you just laid on my lap like a lap cat, you would be able to be pet so much better. God, you have so much fur. I need to brush you. Ugh, you need to be brushed so badly. There's fur all over my desk. There's so much fur. Ugh. I am covered in fur. Ugh, my allergies are gonna love this. I need a lint roller. There's fur. The downside is he's a tuxedo. So, doesn't matter if you're wearing dark clothing or if you have something light. His fur will get on it. Oh yeah, just flop down because you're the most content man in the world. Are you happy? Oh, slow Blinky. Slow Blinky. No, he's really mad because I'm in the desk chair. Yeah, look how much fur came off of him. That's just from me petting him. You are a short-haired cat. Where are you holding all of this fur? I'm wearing black clothing right now too, so I'm not safe. So every time I pick him up, I'm getting like, look, there's so much fur on me from him. Bless you. He is also allergic to himself, which is hilarious. Oh, my allergies. Ah, my nose is now running. I'm just gonna keep making my flowers. I'm just gonna be sniffly now because he's too cute. How can I not? He's too handsome. How am I supposed to ignore the handsomest boy in the world?
He's a red Jojo.
Ugh. I will have to steal a tissue box out of the bathroom. Because allergies.
The handsomest boy.
Ugh. I need to come up with a moat for my sister's server too. We were talking about it earlier, making a scrungle emoji for her server, and I'm trying to think of what I want to do for it. I'm thinking I'll probably do like a big brain spud, because it's supposed to be like big brain time. Make a bunch of flowers, weave in more ends, and suffer. It's always suffering. What time is it? Suffer o'clock. Alright, Bun, get in the frame. Problem is, I moved the chair. Now the cat is in the rungs of my chair, so I can't move my chair closer. Oh, Huff. You have such a hard life, my son. Being fed on your whim. You're just mad I won't fill your kibble dish more. But you don't need more kibs right now. You already have been given kibble and wet food today. You chunky boy. Bun to Bun, stop going off frame. Bun to Bun, what if? Bun to Bun, you can also just move the camera, which is so true. I can just do this. gently adjust, and then I can pull the operation down. And there, I can comfortably crochet here, and I won't be out of frame anymore. I don't know why I didn't just move the camera so I wasn't going to be out of frame. Because that's what smart people do. And I am living fast and furious. What are you licking?
Hey. Why? Stop that.
Furball.
Ugh.
Quit it.
Oh, huff. Don't huff at me. You are the entire reason I am thinking of getting a different rug.
You're such a weirdo. I have a shag rug under the desk area, and Joey is just sitting there licking it. This is a weirdo. Oh, that's cute. Oh, you're another high pile, though. I don't want... Oh, that could work. That one's pretty. But... Oh, hey, that looks familiar. It's almost like I bought that before. That one's not terrible. But I'll look at that after stream. Twitchy tail. Twitchy tail! I'm curious. 280 13th of the way there. Well, technically I'm actually a little over the 13th of the way there. Probably closer to like a 10th. Because I built the green squares too. And the cat is making noises. You guys can't hear all his snorts. He's under the chair.
someday, when I am tech savvy enough to figure shit out, I will set up to have a specific cat camera to just watch him whenever he's in here. Just throw up the cat cam. But I'm not smart enough for that one yet. Plus, he doesn't always join me when I'm in here. I'm just glad I figured out a way to not completely blow out my camera with how pale I am. Potato Cam cannot stand how white I am. Almost was gonna just do crocheting the whole night instead of doing the bead critters first. And then I was like, nah, let's get the bead critters done, because then I can throw the box out. And I can stop kicking the box. Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? What day is it? It is Tuesday. Oh, fuck yeah. That means I have one more day off before I have to go back to work. Oh, you know what I should check? I should check what my iPad's battery is at. It is at 33%. It's got some juice in it still. I'll put it on to charge. I want to finish these up at least.
Trying to make it to the... I want to make it to the 3-hour mark.
But we're gonna find out. Because it's only been 2.5. That's the downside of using my iPad as my camera, though, is I can't charge my iPad while I'm using it as a camera. And thus, it just doesn't vibe as easily. Because I'm limited to how long does it take before the camera dies. In a sense. And my phone won't set itself up to be used as a webcam. I can't, like, for whatever reason, my phone doesn't let me do the same thing. Because it's like, with my iPad, I can use my capture card, plug it in, and bam. But with my phone, it's like, no, you can't do that. Even though you're supposed to be able to. But for whatever reason, my phone just does not let me do it. And it's just like, come on, you have a camera right there. I use that to film my videos.
Let me use the camera.
And honestly, webcams confuse me. I have watched so many, like, reviews on webcams and stuff like that, trying to find a decent priced one that's decent quality for what I do. And it's just like, they're all on par with the Potato Cam. And it's just like, if I want Potato Cam quality streaming, I'll just use the Potato Cam. I already have him. I also decide if I actually want to make my Valentine's Day video or not. I had the idea to potentially do a video on making a crocheted flower crown. As a Valentine's Day video, but it's like, I don't know if I actually want to go through with it or not, 'cause I don't know. I've been making a bunch of flowers just to see, to like, get the concept of it. Like, I have a couple of them up, whoop, as I hit the camera again. I have a couple of them up here. Where's my blue one? There it is. So I have a couple of flowers that I've been doing. So these are a couple of them. So like, this is one pattern. This is another pattern that I modified. And these are incomplete.
Hi, Joey.
So these ones are, so this is this was the same pattern, but this is the original pattern. And essentially you just roll it up
and you kind of can just pull your stitches and stuff like that to kind of lay them where you want them to be. And then when you're done, it should, yeah. So I just haven't sewn it together yet. So there's one, this is the original pattern, and then I modified it for this one. And these are the same modified pattern as the blue one. I just haven't finished them as well. So this one you can see I started to do the rolling part of it. I just haven't finished rolling it, seaming it. But essentially, my thought process is to make a couple of these roses and then make a green headband and then attach all of them to the headband, and that would make a little flower crown of a sort. And another option too is, instead of doing the leaves, is to just do more petals and then have that all attached to the crown. But I'm not 100% sold. This pattern was weird because the one I followed, their instructions didn't actually line up with what they were showing. I actually had to modify this while I was making it, and you'll see, you can see all of the pink on the bottom. This one is solid green. So I'm still figuring out if I want to do anything or not. I haven't made a normal YouTube video in so long. I think I've only posted stream VODs lately and shorts. I actually have to post more VODs. I have like I want to say I have like six or eight VODs in studio drafted. I just haven't posted them yet. Should I make a separate VODs channel? Probably. Will I? No. It's my channel. I do what I want. Everything goes here. I'm disorganized enough. The cat has abandoned me.
Ah, that hurt.
But at least I got it out of the system.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
I have only ever played 2 Sonic games. I have Sonic Mania for Switch, I just haven't played it yet. Oh no, you didn't abandon me. You are laying right at my feet. Hello, child. I thought you left me.
Hi, Rumbles.
I thought the cat left me and then his tail whipped my foot like, no, hello, parent. I am still here. And it's like, oh, hello, Joseph. Fills dead air of stream by talking to cat.
Who needs a podcast when I have my cat?
He's my podcast. That was terrible. I realized that as soon as it left my mouth that was not going to land as well as it sounded in my head in that exact moment I thought of it.
Oh well!
C'est la vie. Could make a flower crown using sunflowers, because I like sunflowers. It's just because Valentine's Day, roses are like the flower, but it's like, I don't know. The couple patterns I've tried, like, they look fine, but it's not quite what I want. It's just so hard for me to find a pattern that I want. It's like, I don't want to draft one myself, but at this point, nothing is working, and I'm going to have to make it myself. Because at the end of the day, I am stubborn, I'm weird, and I'm going to have to do it myself. Alas, poor Yorick, we knew him well. Oh! I've had an idea. I have had a thought. Oh, my brain is working. Oh, this is dangerous. My brain is working. I have an idea. I have a way to make the pattern and keep in the things I like and get things I don't. Is it going to be a shit ton of work? Yes, it is. But I think it'll work. Yes.
Yes.
I have scrungled. Alright, I know what I'm gonna have to do later. I'm gonna have to do testers. Testing patterns is my favorite. How did your cat hair get on that? How did your cat hair... Is that a claw? How did you get your claw and cat hair in the toy net? Furball. You're such a weirdo. I gotta brush my teeth. I might do that when I'm done. I have chicken in the fridge. I have chicken in the fridge. Cook up the chicken. Make some pasta. Put it all in the pan and sear it. Do I have ramen? Yeah, I bought a whole box of it. One of my favorite, like, easy ways to make, like, cheap ramen good is I like just taking chicken and I will fry the chicken in a pan and then I will make my ramen, drain all the water out, add a little bit of butter, add the seasoning packet in, mix that all together, and then I toss it in the pan with the chicken. And then I cook it around for a little bit and then it's really good. I've done it since college and it's like my favorite way to eat ramen, like chicken ramen. Alright. 2 more and then I have to weave in more ends. But I get closer to being done because I have to make 26 yellow flowers. 26 yellow flowers, 26 light pink flowers, and then I need to make a shit ton of the dark pink ones. I'm too tired to think. My notes are all on my iPad, so I can't look at my notes for this project. That's the downside. My notes are all written on a document on my iPad. Because who plans ahead? Not me. And if I make too many or too little, it's fine because, like I said, it's supposed to have a random organic nature to it anyway. So it'll all work out. Maybe I'll actually record some SCP stuff tonight. I don't know, I'm motivated to get back into making things and I just need to actually sit down and do them. You know what's funny is I was working on the sweater that messed up that doesn't fit, and it made me think of the fact that I was like working on it and one of the squares, for whatever reason, I do my granny square corners, I typically do either 2 or 3. I used to do 3 more regularly, but I found that 2 makes it a little neater. So I've started just doing 2. But one of the granny squares that I'd done for that sweater had like 4 or 5 on the corner, and I was like, was I spacing out when I did this? And it looks, I had to like, I put it on, I designated it to the back of the sweater because I was like, you look bad. Banished.
Banishment.
Check. Gotta check my battery again. Oh, look at the king of the flop. 27. Oh, I'm good for a bit. I am good.
Floppy boy. have so many things I want to do at once. I want to play with GarageBand more. I want to record things. I want to draw. I want to crochet. I want food. Hate when my brain does this. It's like 1,001 different things that you want to do at once, and then it's just like, no, you are only person. You can do thing once. You do one thing, and then you can move task. And it's like, no, I want to do everything. And it's like, no, you can't do everything. What are you eating? Child! Oh yeah, you think looking cute? Are you gonna look cute and win yourself some favors? Oh, you think that rumbles get you out of trouble? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bless you. Bless you, furball. Joked about playing Lethal Company with my sister and some friends. Just be absolute gremlins. Also joked to maybe doing some Left 4 Dead with my sister just so everyone can see how much of an asshole we are to each other when we play competitively like that. Like, it's a co-op game. We're on the same team. Doesn't mean we're not gonna kill each other. It's the Cain instinct. But if I did that, I'd want to try to find a way to set it up so that if Spud spoke, you could tell the difference between us. Because normally when Spud is, like, with me when I'm streaming, you can just hear her in my avatar move. So I gotta figure something out. I know that I could potentially do something with Discord and have it set up that way, that potentially it goes through that way and then triggers. But I gotta figure it out. Also, I changed my screen slightly. I don't think it was noticed, but I changed my overlay a little bit. There's no longer bubbles around the chat box. The chat box is a little thinner too, and the actual screen area where my hands are and stuff like that is actually larger now. Takes up more of the screen. I've been fussing with it for the past couple days to... It's because I noticed when I did my Splatoon stream, I was like, this feels really cramped. So I have been toying with it to make it a little more, like, widescreen, a little more open, but still keeping, like, the fun of, like, the bubbles around it and the, like, my flowers and my rocks in the background, my shorb. Try to keep all of that. Alright, I'm moving that one because I'm not even going to use it. Alright, back to the fun game of weaving ends in. Oh wow, we're back at this. Back at it at the Krispy Kreme. I want Krispy Kreme. There are none around me. I don't think I've seen a Krispy Kreme since I lived in another state. We have not seen a Krispy Kreme since I lived in New York. I remember we took a field trip once to a Krispy Kreme when I was in school in New York. It's just like, I always remember, it's just like, looking back, it's such an odd choice of a field trip for children. Like, yes, let's take them to the donuts. Let them feast. Except no, we were allowed one donut. Only a single donut. How distressing. Me just texting to my sister about the cat. I should crochet the cat a sweater. Wouldn't that be a fun stream? How mad. I say as if he doesn't have a crocheted sweater. Joey has a crocheted sweater. He also used to have a shit ton of crocheted catnip mice, but I have no freaking clue what he's done with them all.
I have crocheted well over 20 plus toy mice for my cats that I've had. And I swear they have lost every single toy mouse I have ever made. I maybe know where 2 are out of the dozens. And it's just like, what have you done with them? Furball, are you still hiding in here? Nope, the child has actually left me this time. I have actually been abandoned by the cat this time. Goodbye, my son. He will be back. He's probably mad I'm in the desk chair, to be 100% honest. He likes to sleep in it. I have a cushion in the desk chair, and he freaking loves it. More so because normally, after I'm done sitting in my desk chair, I use a heating pad. So normally, when I'm done in my desk chair, the heating pad will still have left warmth in the chair, and he loves to steal that. So, little weirdo. But I love him. I swear I've called my cat a weirdo so many times, but it's like the only phrase I have for him. He's not really weird, he's just Joey. Just compared to how my other cats were, he's weird. He's always been standout, but he's also the only male I've had. Well, I used to have Monster, but Monster was like my other cats too, actually. He was a lazy boy. He was a lazy tabby cat. I really wish I knew what happened. I mean, I know what most likely happened because of the area I live in. He most likely was taken by a critter. But I wish I had actual confirmation. I mean, as much as I hate it, I do hope the theory that someone just thought he was a nice, friendly cat and just took him and kept him indoors is the actual thing that happened. But at the same time, I miss my cat. I miss all my cats. I started crying watching I started crying while I was watching a knitting video the other day because she had black cats in it. That reminded me of my late cats, whose death anniversary is, yeah, it's been about a year since I lost her, and I'm still not over it. But I don't think I'll ever be over it. Alright. Then I have my other project I also need to work on. That's gonna take fucking forever. I have so many long-term projects, it's just ridiculous. Because I have this one, which is a lot of granny squares for a blanket. And then I have my crocheted bead critter mermaid project. And that one's taking forever, just because I have to crochet all of the beads. All of the beads. I can't remember how many beads are in that one. Where is my notebook? I don't know. I'm not looking for it. That one needs at least 100 some odd beads. I think I've done like 10. But I think that one's going to be a case of I just need to have a day where I just stop and just do it. Just put on some music or put on a movie or something and just space out and just go to town crocheting those beads. It's the same thing with this. I just need to... Because, like, when I get to doing... I want to get the flower ones done first because they're the most intricate. But once the flower ones are all done, then I can just start... The green squares are just done up. And what I'll probably start doing is once I get enough done is I might start constructing the rows. Because it's a 14 square by 20 square blanket. So once I get like certain amounts done, I might start just seaming them together. I'm just trying to debate how I want to go about seaming it. Because I don't know if I want to go long seams first and then do across seams, or if I want to do across seams and then do long seams. Either way, it's going to be tedious, so. But I really want to make a granny square blanket in this style. Because I've made a granny square blanket, but I made oversized squares. And then I made another granny square blanket that used a join as you go method. However, it isn't the biggest, it's more of a throw blanket. This is intended to be something I can put on my bed. Whether or not I actually use this as a blanket is fully up in the air, because I sleep with like the same blanket, and then I will wash it, and then I will use the same blanket again. Almost done with weaving. I'm almost done with weaving. Almost done with weaving. Weaving's almost done. Almost done with weaving. Almost done with weaving. Weaving, and then I'll do it again. I think what's funny is I went out of my way to buy specific plastic needles for end weaving, and then I just haven't straight up used any of them. I just keep using my standard darting needles. I saw a video the other day. I was watching a video about like essential crochet / knitting tools and stuff like that, and it was talking about how like a ball winder isn't necessarily needed unless you're like winding all of your skeins and everything. And I was just like, I slightly beg to differ. It's not even just a case of like, oh, I want to have an aesthetic yarn ball room or something like that. Even if you're not using like hanks of yarn, I find a ball winder is really useful, especially if you're using skeins, like acrylic skeins too. Because I use primarily acrylic skeins. And I find a ball winder is really useful because if you're using the center pull of your ball of yarn, if you're using the center pull of a skein, there's gonna come a point while you're working with that ball of yarn, it's gonna start tangling a lot more. And more so if you do a lot of like smaller things, like if you do granny squares or amigurumi and stuff like that, you can end up with all of these half skeins that are now limp, and they'll tangle easily and they like start falling apart. So having a ball winder I find is really essential for that kind of thing, because you can rewind it into a nice tighter cake and then it makes everything uniform. Like, yeah, your aesthetic yarn ball room, but it just helps keep your yarn balls from going everywhere. It also just storage wise is easier if you have a bunch of cakes of yarn. At least in my opinion, like my experience is that it's a lot easier to store it. Because I've had just both skeins and then I've had balls of yarn that I've just hand wound into balls, and I definitely think the ball winder is worth it. Definitely one of the best purchases I have made in my fiber arts career. That's such a weird thing to say, fiber art. Like, it is fiber arts. But it's like, I don't know. Calling myself a fiber artist is weird. My sister and I were talking about this earlier, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, technically I am, but I don't know. It feels weird to say it. But I think that's just because it's just a hobby for me at the same time. I don't know. Technically it's correct, but also it's weird. Gray area. Alright. Yay! All of that is woven in. Cool. Alright. How many do I have now? Let's see. Of yellow. I know I need 26 yellows total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. I have 11 out of 26. Because I know I need 13 for the top half of the blanket, and I need 13 for the bottom half of the blanket. So, I'm almost halfway done with the yellow one, so that's nice. And then, let's see what I have over here. So those are darks, and then I have my light pinks, and I have 2 different types of light pink. So I have 6 light pinks. Well, technically it's like 5 mid pinks, 1 light pink, and then I have 4 dark pinks, and one of them has a pink center. Because I'm going to do 14 with yellow centers and then 14 with a pink center. So I still need to make more pink centers, and I need to make more yellow centers, and then they'll be done. And then I get to do the slog of 112 greens. I have so many green ones to work on. Oh, I just got this mat today, and it's covered in feline fur. That is funny. Yeah. So, I am gonna cut stream. Thank you for hanging out today while we made some bead critters from a kit. Weaved in all of the ends of my crochet flower squares, crocheted up the petals of some other ones, and then continued to weave in the ends. And yeah, got to see the cat. That's always a pleasure, is see the fur ball. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I did some crafting today. Hope you guys had a chill ass time. I don't know, as I say at the end of every stream, I don't know when I'm going to stream next. I don't know what I will stream next. It is in the air until I decide that, hey, today is a streaming day, and then, you know what, it's a streaming day, and then I stream. And then I stream all over the place. It's like that one scene in Morbius where he said, I'm morbid, and then he morbed all over the place. In my case, it's I'm streaming, and then I stream all over the place. And by stream all over the place, I mean my attention span is all over the place because I cannot focus on anything ever. Oh yeah, check this out. Speaking of my freaking attention span, I made a, like wrist strap because my thumb drive is so little. But this is my special thumb drive that lets me use it on both my iPad, and then I can just transfer it straight to my computer. But I made this little like fidgety strap because I kept misplacing my thumb drive. So I was like, no, I'm making a strap. So I made a strap. And then I put beads in the strap because I thought it would be cool. Because I am 100% a cool kid. I'm what the kids would call cool. I say as if I don't have some of the weirdest hobbies. Clearly, I have the normalest hobbies in the world. I did bead critters from a kit, and then I made crochet stuff because that is what an average adult does, is make little bead things, talk to their cat, and crochet flower squares. Yeah, because I'm totally standard. But yeah. It's also like 10:30 at night, so my brain has decided that it wants to switch into violence mode and be like, hey, hey, hey. And I'm like, can we focus? No, you've had no caffeine, me. But I don't want the caffeine. Yeah, well, no focus for you. Get producing the brain chemicals. And I'm like, I want the brain chemicals. It's like, so do we. But you can't have them because your brain doesn't make them right. And it's just like, oh yeah. Wait. I do really like, they are cute. I like the patterns. I definitely just think I might toy with it and try to make my own version instead. Because there's some, like, number things that they've done with some of these that's a little awkward to me, but I get it's for looks. But maybe next stream, maybe next time I do a crafting stream, what I'll do is I will take the patterns from these ones and then I'll remake them how I would personally make them using my supplies, and see how they look and hold up if I made them my way with my supplies, like adjust the pattern slightly and all of that jazz. Because I think with the fox one, if I was going to do it, I would potentially actually start with the nose and then work my way up and then do the ears as the last thing. Kind of like how when I do merfolk, I do the tails last.
Come here.
Like with the merfolk, I start at the head and then I do the tail last. And I think I would do the same thing with the fox. Start with the nose area and then work my way down. And I feel like that would help a lot with the shaping. Because you can still put the key ring on the top of the ear. Similar to how I have it up here. But it's like when you do it that way, you can get a bit of a cleaner end down here. Because I do that for my merfolk, because you can see I did it on her tail too. Get in frame, bun, get in frame. I will learn how to stay in frame someday. The problem is I'm talking to myself and I'm looking down and I'm not looking at the camera, and that I don't think about how in frame I am or not. But I think if I did the fox ears kind of akin to how I do the mermaid tails, it could work a little bit better. Because, like, these have the nice flat top, so the nose is also supposed to be flat up and then increase. But instead it does this buckling thing because of how it's structured. And I might try to do it with my cord too, to see how it would structure itself if I did it with my cord, and see if maybe even when it buckles like this, it holds its shape. But it would be an interesting thing to give it a try. But that is for another day to do, because I don't feel like trying to figure out how much yards of cord I would need and refiguring out the patterning of it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on by, hanging out with this sleepy shrimp, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. Don't know when it's gonna be, don't know what I'll doing. I'll probably be working on comics again, actually. Like, thinking ahead, most likely the next time I stream, I will be doing an art stream, and I will most likely be working on my comic. Because I need to finish line arting the next I need to finish the chapter I'm working on. My goal is I want to have this chapter I'm currently working on, I want to get this chapter done by summer, so I can start working on the next chapter in summer, and hopefully get the next chapter started and not wait a full year. I think there was like a 2-year gap between, like, because I've had this comic for 4 years and I'm on chapter 3. I want to get on to chapter 4 in the 4th year. I would like for that to happen. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, and I will catch you all next time. Bye! Have a good one. Sleep well. Or play well. I don't know what time zones are. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye!